Face to Face on ChannelOne TV today is coming to you from Parliament House, and for good reason. The House is back from recess. Everything happens here, really. If there's law that has to bind you and I, it has to be made by the lawmakers. And if the lawmakers have to sit in the chamber to make the law, someone has to whip them to come and sit down. Not literally, but I don't know how they do that whipping. So that's why we have come today to talk to the Chief Whip on the majority side, who you can actually even say the Chief Whip of the House, on how Parliament has started, what the major bills are in this particular sitting. I'm Umaru Sanda Amadu, and you're welcome to Face to Face. Honorable Nelson Rockson-Nelson Dafeamekpor, I think I've mixed up the name, is the majority chief whip. How are you?
Very well.
Is it Rockson before Nelson or Nelson before Rockson?
Well, the sequence doesn't matter.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fine. But so Rockson-Nelson is fine. Nelson-Rockson is fine.
And where do I put the Eche?
Either before Kwame or after Kwame.
I didn't add that one, sir.
Yeah,
How are you doing?
Well, I'm well.
You're looking very refreshed, as if there's no problem in life.
You have no idea. You have no idea. Yesterday we got busy with Hajj arrangements, and so
Hajj.
Hajj, yes.
What's Parliament's connection with Hajj?
Well, you know, members come from all over the constituencies. They want to attend Hajj. You need to take them through visa processing and arrangements, and those become the burden of the MP. Because if your constituency is here to go through those processes in order to embark on the pilgrimage, and you, the MP, you are missing, you'll be in trouble.
How big a Muslim community do you have in your constituency?
I have, the largest is in Germany. I have about 5,000 Muslim population.
Wow.
So I have a Makaranta in Germany and Swania. I have a Muslim community in Peve, which is the district capital. Then I have a Muslim community in Peki. So they have their mosque nearly opposite the district magistrate courts at Peki Jogbati. So the largest Muslim community is in the Tongo area. They are mainly in the Tongo, Germany. And you also, it's huge.
Apart from doing for your own constituency, you also have to help other MPs,
yes,
because
yes,
you are like
you know, the Muslim community decides. I think they have a way of collecting the names, so who are to attend the Hajj. So they come all over, and all over means they hail from one constituency or the other. So MPs are connected, heavily connected. Wherever MPs' interests are connected or concerned, you, the chief whip, you are connected, heavily connected. So you need to be there and ensure that arrangements went well.
But the Hajj process is a private affair. I decide I
want
to go to Hajj.
It's not a private affair.
I have money. I find an agent, pay to the Hajj board, and I'm gone.
It's moved beyond a private affair. It's become a huge public matter. That is why there's a whole statutory body set up to do this. That's the Hajj board. And that should tell you that it's not a private affair at all. Anything that affects Hajj affects the health of the nation. Believe you me. If our Hajj arrangements are not done properly, the entire country will be affected.
But the argument is made that when Akufo-Addo was president and he was putting up a cathedral, one of the attacks against him was that he was putting government in the religious space. Let religion play its role, let government play its role. Why should this government then be so fixated on Hajj affairs, which is a religious matter, to the extent that there's even going to be a Hajj village constructed at the airport?
This government didn't introduce Hajj arrangements. It actually inherited it. So those arguments are neither here nor there. In any case, then we must as well say that then the concept of free SHS, because we have Islamic schools that are also benefiting from free SHS, so they should not be, we should abandon or we should take out those schools, religious connected schools. We have college schools that benefit from the free SHS concept. So stricto sensu, that is not the kind of argument you can make in this case, because the Hajj, Umaru Sanda, believe you me, it's not merely a religious affair. It's become a socio-religious political matter.
But
it has a direct connection with our relationship with Saudi Arabia. How we manage how we prepare them before they enter, how they are managed there, and they go through the rituals and return home. It's so a matter of, it's governed by bilateral arrangements now.
But how does, or why does government pay the Hajj fare for people to go? Why should government be spending money on that?
Why shouldn't government do it?
Because people want to go to Hajj. It's a religious duty, but it is the last of the 5 pillars of Islam.
It's a
and social, it is only when you have the means.
It's a social intervention. It's a social intervention. You see, peace is not only about, or the concept of peace, having religious harmony and satisfaction is very cardinal to and central to ensuring peace. If a group of people want to go on this pilgrimage to Mecca and they are economically unable to do, and they agitate, some instability can be. So the whole concept of peace, I see a peaceful arrangement of Hajj pilgrimage going and coming has been central to it. It's extremely important.
So government should sponsor people?
Government,
or facilitate?
So government decision, not this government alone. Government as the decision by the state. Let me lay government out. The decision by the state to fund this is such a major social intervention policy that I will defend anywhere.
But what will be the nature of the funding? That's what I'm asking. Because I'm saying that I'm a Muslim. I know that if I want to go to Hajj, I raise money. It's a 5th pillar. If I have the ability, I go. It is not obligatory. Why should I go to government? And the issue is that often government gives it to party members, foot soldiers. Why should government be using our money for the state?
Government giving it to party members, foot soldiers, I don't know about that, but I know that Hajj, even when we were kids, when we were young in Lagos town, they have always been Hajj pilgrimage, and the state has always been contributing. Those days it was Ghana Airways. So they were traveling on Ghana Airways to Jeddah and Mecca, Medina.
Yes.
And now Mecca. So it's a policy that all succeeding governments have seen fit to
continue with.
So should the state because of its socio-religious and cultural value.
Should the state then be sponsoring Christian pilgrims or people who want to go to Israel to go on a pilgrimage?
But who says that if they want to go, they don't solicit for support? The state may not have a central fund set aside, but they do seek support. Statutory bodies support people when they do that. I've seen evidence of people being supported to travel to Israel and back.
I have been to the US and they often remind you of the separation between state and faith. Where do we draw the line and say that let the state do state work and let faith people do their faith?
It's theoretical.
It's not practical.
It's not practical. And I'll demonstrate. For every state function, there's a prayer set. How do you separate state from faith? If you see the importance of prayer in matters of state. So they're inseparable. So it's important that you see the importance of the role that faith plays in matters of or affairs of state. And harmonize it to the benefit of the stability of state. So where we have stability in terms of matters of state and religion, the state blossoms, it flourishes.
So what I can say to you in the light of this, and we can wrap up this conversation, is that there are a lot of Muslims who want to go to Hajj. They have their own money, but they are prevented because of the acquisition of a passport and all of those things. Because someone at the passport office decides that based on a person's name, they don't belong, so they may not even offer them a passport. And I'm sure some of these complaints will be coming to you.
I've encountered, I won't let you finish. I've encountered this, and I've taken serious issues with the officers who were in the center of it, the matters have been resolved. But it tells me that if at this level we have to take interventions from people like me, that means what about the people in my constituency or region, Volta region, who walk to the passport office in who and they will be treated this way. So we need education. Look, there are some names you will see. People, I don't know why people think that this name sounds un-Ghanaian. There's nothing like that. Because if you read history, then you know that when you go to Ivory Coast, there are more account sounding names than sometimes you can
even at the airport. It says Akwaba.
Yes, you know, and so if such a person, if an Ivorian gets, I say your name doesn't sound like an Ivorian, what sort of name would that be? If you go to Togo, you have more Ewe sounding names in Togo than you can find in Ghana. So somebody will say, okay, your name doesn't sound like Togolese. So those are pedestrian arguments that the uninformed want to wage.
This is Face to Face on ChannelOne Television. I'm Umaru Sanda Amadu. My guest is the Majority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for South Dai, the Honorable Rockson-Nelson Dafeamekpor. You have been in the news because they say Rockson wants to collapse GBA. Rockson is forming a new association of lawyers. Rockson has formed a new association of lawyers. Rockson is collapsing Ghana School of Law. Rockson is rocking the boat. What is this new legal education bill that you are championing, which has got so many people talking?
Now, I first wanted to read law sometime in 97 when I left sixth form when we finished. If you remember that time.
No, I was 10 years old. I'm not sure I remember.
The cutoff was, I believe, at grade 6.
Okay.
That I was only in the Faculty of Law, as it was called then. I had at grade 7. So
you missed it?
Yeah, I missed it.
By 1 mark, 1 point.
So I ended up reading philosophy, English, I think drama. But because I couldn't get law, I couldn't stay. So I left University of Ghana in University of Cape Coast. You know, those days, University of Ghana will reopen first. And then Tech will follow. And then Cape Coast. So Cape Coast reopened around, they're going to reopen around August. And then Cape Coast reopened around October. So he called and they asked that we should come and read tourism. That time tourism was in vogue.
Tourism
was invoked. You know, those were the days of Minister Maigizo and
my MP.
Yes, Minister Maigizo and this man, his deputy was Urikwamufa. They wowed us at the time, and so we took the opportunity to go read tourism. And
you studied tourism?
Yes, my first
at
degree,
UCC.
Yes, my first were the first.
You
batch.
abandoned philosophy and
yes.
and those things.
So we're the first batch, but I had always been somebody interested in
law,
in literature, and those things. So we came out. So I went into travel and tour. I did travel and tour for like 4 years. Then the desire for law, it never
was burning.
Never, it didn't go away. Never went away. So 2005, we entered the Faculty of Law. So in 2007, we did the post first degree LLB, 2 years. And once you were passed, we just walked chest out to Mokola and began life as professional law students.
This was what, 2007?
This is 2007, as recently as 2007.
Just 19 years ago.
Yes. There
was no entrance exams.
No entrance exams.
So you finished LLB at...
And then you walked in. In fact, if I could tell you what happened, because I was busy, I was working, I was a travel agent, I was very busy, always traveling. Look, Auntie Edna, I remember that's her name. Auntie Edna was like the registrar's clerk, or sort of. Auntie Edna called me over 10 times, you know, to come for my admission. And so eventually I went to pick my...
At the Ghana School of Law?
Ghana School of Law.
The same Ghana School of Law?
She was chasing me. No, Auntie Evelyn. Yes, okay. That was her name, Auntie Evelyn. Chasing me, chase me. all over. Eventually, I want to pick it up, and life began with my mates. But
who were some of your mates, just by the way?
Clement Akapam,
okay.
Professor Akapam,
yeah.
Clement, John Dako,
okay.
Apenyo Makin,
oh,
Yabuama, Honorable Yabuama, and Rizraka, Raymond Donyo, Clara Berry.
So
she taught our class.
So you were called in 2009?
2009. You know, so, but you see, the election petition 2012-2013, it was like some scale fell off the eyes of nearly every school-going Ghanaian, or every Ghanaian who was capable of going back to school, because of the issues in the court, how the tournament, the trial tournament went.
The legal jargon.
Yes, so the desire to read law heightened. Now, as law school, you needed to respond to the overwhelming desire by people. So you respond by increasing space.
Building structures.
Building structures, expanding. They didn't. They decided to introduce a policy of one, introducing an entrance exams, and two, an interview. So you could pass the interview, you could pass the entrance exam, you go to the interview stage, they ask you, do you have a lawyer in your family? If you said no, those were the end, you know, of a lot of people. So this led to a lot of petitions to Parliament, and then entered Parliament. So the agitations began. And one of the key things we succeeded in doing was to get the interview stage eliminated. But it didn't end there. It also led to a lot of corruption in the admission process, to the extent that, if you recall, the General Legal Council had to set up another committee, the
independent examination.
Yeah, the General Legal Council, as the regulator of legal education in this country, had to set up an ad hoc committee to look into the complaints of corruption in the admission process. It was established that as many as 21, but the record says 11, it's fine. As many as 11 students actually got admitted to the law school without writing exams. Like, they used the back door.
Wow.
We were told children of judges and ministers of state and all. So I wouldn't have it. So I agitated as a young MP. I actually introduced a private members bill. So when I finished my first term and Sosu came to join me, Sosu had entered the 8th Parliament, we kind of got together and actually introduced a private members bill. But it didn't see the light of day because they were frustrated practically. But the idea didn't die. So I agitated. I kept writing. I kept speaking. Look, there's no idea like too many lawyers. When I hear people say that, I flinch. Because you see, a lawyer is not merely a lawyer. A lawyer is an economic resource. A lawyer is capable of employing other lawyers in a firm.
And non-lawyers.
And non-lawyers. A lawyer is capable of generating wealth or creating wealth. So when you have lawyers, the opportunity for them to generate employment at that level, at that professional level, is huge. In any case, we keep opening courts, expanding access to justice delivery. You need more lawyers to be able to, reach out to people who are involved in the issues of administration of cases and justice delivery. So eventually my party bought into the idea and included it in its manifesto. And so, boom, this is where we are.
This was a manifesto promise.
Yes.
The legal education thing was a manifesto promise.
Yes.
This is face-to-face on ChannelOne television. What I'll do is that I will now ask about the details So is it a private member's bill that is currently there, or is it a government-sponsored bill? And what are the details, and what is going to happen to the Ghana School of Law? I'll ask him these questions when we come back. Please stay. You're welcome back. This face-to-face on ChannelOne television. My guest is the Majority Chief Whip. So you then had this thing in the MPC manifesto.
Yes, yes.
How did you bring it into Parliament? Was it a private member's bill or the government sponsored the bill itself?
Because it's an action to deliver on that mandate.
So Attorney General?
Yes, so Attorney General. We went through a lot of processes and stakeholder engagements, but we are here. The bill is here. We are at the consideration stage.
What does that mean?
Because that
have
means
a lot of stages
it's been laid.
Mm-hmm.
We've referred to the Committee on Constitutional and Legal Affairs. They've done their consideration. They brought the report. We've debated the report. That's the principles of the bill. We've adopted the report. Now, consideration means we are now enacting the law. This is at this stage that we call enactment. We are like, no, we are enacting, we are fixing the provisions eventually to build the framework that we'll call them.
So you are going clause by clause?
Clause by clause. So we should be able to continue today.
Now, it appears there's some urgency with this. Why? Why is it so urgent to let this go?
Because
you have bills that have spent decades in Parliament.
Yes. Because, certainly in pursuance of Article 106, 107, 108 of the Constitution, the government is empowered to introduce a bill under a certificate of urgency. This hasn't been introduced that way, but we as a House are placing some urgency on it because we want to change the status quo. Status quo is the one perhaps you and your colleagues are going through now, which is we deem as not fair. And so once we launch the new framework, it grants greater access. Essentially what we are doing is to extend the mandate of the Makola as it is, the Ghana School of Law at Makola as it is, to the faculties, but they love to be called law schools of the universities.
If infrastructure was a problem,
yes,
why didn't we just either put up more high-rise buildings at Makola or build a new Ghana School of Law or continue the process where the Ghana School of Law is sending students to Gimpa and UPSA and Kumasi?
That was ad hoc. And this ad hoc process had been in place for the past 8 years.
Yeah, but we can build a new Ghana School of Law, can't
yes,
we?
but it will take time. It will take time. It means still access will be conscripted and constricted, and people will still be denied. So what we are saying is that, like my alma mater, University of Ghana School of Law, you admit your own freshmen for the LLB program. You take them through the curriculum. They graduate with the LLB. Then they proceed. And the
LLB would be for 4 years based on this bill you are working on.
It depends.
Currently, the LLB undergrad is 4 years.
No,
postgrad is 3 years.
If you are, yes, and I have a problem with the 3-year post-degree, first degree LLB. It's too long for me.
It should be what, 2 years?
It should be 2 years. Anybody who has a degree should be able to pursue the LLB in 2 years.
The courses are many.
Yes, but you should be able to do. I did it in 2 years. I didn't bend.
So at the time, that was the position, 2 years?
2 years.
So when did it change to 3 years?
That's my problem.
Okay.
It was tech that did it for 3 years. In fact, that was what prevented a lot of people or dissuaded a lot of people from choosing UST over Legon. Legon was 2 years. So the duration was so attractive. So Legon was extremely competitive, but still we got in. The entrance exam was very competitive.
So based on what you have in the bill, does it talk about what the structure of the faculty for LLB should be, or you are just focused on the post?
You see, the LLB structures are already in existence.
So you're not touching those ones?
We don't have to tinker with it.
Okay.
But what we will do is that we are looking at high for some of the courses that are more academic in nature at the professional level, okay, to the LLB level. So for instance, company law, taxation,
commercial. Are you talking about the
commercial
LLB?
is what they teach at the LLB. They want to take company law in itself.
In professional.
Yes,
company law.
Company law can be taught at the LLB level. It's a practice that you can teach at the professional level.
Okay.
You know, it's company law and practice.
And practice.
You see. So those courses like labor law, labor law ought to be taught at the LLB level.
Currently, they don't teach labor law at professional.
Okay, when we were there.
Okay.
And then also legal drafting.
Okay.
I think that legal drafting, in fact, legal drafting is the bedrock of every lawyer's knowledge is legal drafting. So I think that legal drafting ought to be foundational.
So it should be an LLB?
It should be an LLB.
How about evidence?
Evidence can be taught at the LLB level.
Okay.
I don't see anything.
So currently we have evidence. There's family law.
Yes, family law can be taught.
You want to go to LLB?
LLB.
Advocacy.
Advocacy can, if advocacy ought to be taught at the foundational.
So you should also go to LLB.
So you see the moot court, the concept of moot court, is as a result of advocacy. So why do you take advocacy to the professional level when the practicals that you introduce the students to is done at the LLB level?
Interpretation.
Interpretation.
You want it to go to LLB?
You can do interpretation. You can do interpretation at the LLB level and interpretation at the professional level, because it's about 70% academic and 30% practice.
Practical. Okay.
You know,
the
courses that I think can
and
stay
civil procedure.
Okay. As for them, those are the practical matters.
Okay.
So criminal procedure, fit for professional. Civil procedure, fit for professional.
We have something there called law practice management. And
yes,
legal
that is
accounting.
also managing legal firm, the ethics, and all those things.
So
it's a new introduction. We didn't do it in.
Okay. Legal
we
accounting.
did it in what we call after pupillage.
Okay.
We did during pupillage.
Okay. So you would want those things upheld over there.
Yes.
But evidence could go to LLB. So you want very few courses at the professional law.
Yes. So that the practice, you go through the practice. The practice should also be maximum 2 years.
So the after LLB you should do 2 years.
Maximum.
So in your mind, if I already have a degree, I should do 2 years for LLB.
2 years practice.
4 years I'm done.
4 years you are done. Then you are ready for the national bar exams.
I'll come to the national bar, so it shouldn't be 5 years as currently. No. But if you're an undergrad, do your 4 years LLB. Come and do 2 years.
Practice.
There's a view that the 2-year professional should also become 1 year. What's your view on that?
I disagree.
You think it should be 2 years?
You see, the professional training, it's what really makes you a lawyer.
Okay.
It's that training that really makes you a lawyer.
And again, I'm going back to infrastructure, because that's why we are even having this conversation.
Yeah.
Justice Zenebua, when he was CJ, cut the sword for a Ghana School of Law around UPSA.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be a law village or something like that.
No, it wasn't a Ghana School of Law. It was
Law Village. I think that's what
Law Village.
Yes, which would also have the Makola.
Yeah, it was to move the Makola from its current location at Makola
to that place.
So
why didn't we provide the necessary budget and send it there so that we don't have to go through this?
Now, I think that structure had been completed. I've seen the structure. If I was started by Georgina Wood, it was CJ Wood.
Okay.
And then just any Eboa came to continue, just Sofaku. So they all came to contribute. So the law school eventually may have to move. Okay. To that building.
But now that...
But we are not abandoning the law school as a training institution.
Sounds like you are crippling it.
No. The law school will maintain its foremost position as the training institution for legal education.
And to get students from where? Because now you are saying that if I go to University of Ghana LLB, I can become a lawyer there.
So it will receive students at the professional level.
Explain that.
Yes. So when you finish your LLB at University of Ghana, you can decide to apply to the Ghana School of Law for your professional training and not continue your professional training with the University of Ghana School of Law.
Or I can continue at University of Ghana School
Exactly.
of Law. So University of Ghana School of Law would choose the brilliant ones from the LLB and let them remain at Ghana School of Law.
No.
No, at the University of Ghana. Then Makola will be left waiting for the council after every school has KUC will choose their own, UCC will choose their own. When everybody is done, then council will now go to Makola.
You'll be surprised that Makola will rather become the creme de la creme or the primus inter pares.
That means you have not solved the problem.
We have solved the problem.
How? Because if people will still be queuing to Makola.
That is a matter of choice. Now people have options. Hitherto, they didn't have options. Hitherto, anytime you obtain your LLB from, say, the University of Ghana, you were limited to applying to only Ghana School of Law, Makola.
So now you can apply to...
under this legal framework, if you obtain your LLB from the University of Ghana or UPSA, I still call it UPSA, I still call it IPS, you had the option of applying to the University of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology School of Law for professional training, or UG School of Law for professional training, or UCC School of Law for professional training, or Central University School of Law for professional training.
Which is where I went to.
Good. Or Makola.
Okay, then you have all these options, and then when you're admitted, you decide which one to go to, or based on which one you get and which one you don't get.
No, before you are admitted, you decide where to apply.
You can't have first choice, second choice.
I don't think we want to.
Because if you leave it as just one choice,
yes,
everybody applies to Makola.
No, I think you have a point. I didn't have my mind to it, but you have an option to apply to any of these, depending on.
Okay.
You know, it's like leaving Yale, JD at Yale, and doing your LLM at Harvard, something like that.
But you see, the point I made earlier, you still have to consider it.
Yes, I have.
KNUST would want to have their own.
Yes.
Legon would want to have their own there. And they would take the top of the class, most likely. Would Makola then be limited? Okay, would Makola have its own LLB stream?
No.
So Makola then just becomes an off-taker without farmers.
Off-taker.
That's what it's going to be like.
No, Makola is not an off-taker.
Currently, that's what it is.
Makola is not that. Makola is a professional training institution, foremost.
Taking students from LLBs.
Yes.
From faculty.
Yes. So now, what we are doing is to extend that mandate to the faculties.
Is Makola going to be a player or a regulator?
Makola is a player.
So if Makola is a player, allow Makola to also produce its own LLB. How about that?
Well, I don't think Makola is interested in doing that. He hasn't got that structure.
Okay.
We want to maintain its structure for training at the professional level.
What is the thinking among judges and lecturers at the Ghana School of Law? Because we are hearing that they are not particularly happy with the approach that this bill is taking. Have you had meetings and engagements?
They were here.
They came here.
Yeah, they came here.
We heard that they were not happy.
But what do you mean they are not happy?
Okay, did you...
Listen.
Did you have some consensus?
Let's set the parameters right. They don't make laws. It's Parliament that make laws. They interpret the laws. So to say that they are not happy... But
they teach the law.
Yes.
They
don't teach the law as judges. They teach the law as teachers. Yeah, but they are confused. You see, they should stop confusing their role as teachers with their role as judges. I think it's one of the problems we have. So that confusion must be very... If you are criticizing the bill as a teacher, you say so. Then we'll tell you that these are the principles behind the introduction of the bill, and they know why. Some judges who teach the professional law course go out of their way to organize extra classes and take money. It's unethical, but they do it. This system is to check all those. We can't have a system where they benefit from the status quo. How are they taxed? The monies they take from these thousands and thousands and thousands of LLB holders who are desirous. So they go and organize some extra classes and deem it special extra classes. And people are paying through their noses to be able to have access.
What kind of teachers are you proposing for the faculty level versus the professional course level? Because now it means the University of Ghana would have, apart from the University of Ghana School of Law, they would also have a School of Law which does a professional.
Yes.
Who are the people qualified to teach based on your plan in this law?
Now, we are looking at minimum qualifications of a PhD in law.
For faculty or for the...
For the faculties.
Okay. So you
for
have
faculties.
PhD.
Yes. And also for lecturers, teachers at the professional level. We are looking for lawyers of about minimum 10 years standing.
So it should be lawyers, not judges?
Lawyers, judges. You can, if you are a judge and of some repute and you have had experience of teaching, so your recruitment by the school to let you join the faculty, as it were, by the school will depend on the independent assessment that they will have of you.
Which schools are you going to pilot this, or you are rolling it as immediately?
We are not piloting. The idea of pilot, I think somebody went to mention piloting, and I think it's wrong. The law will be implemented outrightly. So
from this coming academic year?
So there will be guidelines and checklists. What I mean is that there will be criteria for you to qualify, to be accredited.
As a school?
As a school, there will be criteria for you or a checklist.
Are you going to start with
your size of your library, volumes of books, all those things?
Are you going to start with public universities before going to private, or you will accept everybody?
We have Article 25 of the Constitution, 25(1)(e), I believe, grants equal access to education, not equal access to private education or public.
So it's possible that all private schools currently that do law can continue to do this professional course alongside the public universities? Our
anticipation is that all existing faculties of law are eligible to apply, but you need to meet the criteria to be set out by the regulator. That will be the the commission, the legal commission, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
When I need to come to secondary school, I have to bring a BSc certificate. What will be the qualification to move me from faculty to the professional law course? What do I need to do?
LLB.
So if I have an LLB certificate,
yes,
everybody can go, or I have to pass a certain level, say first class, second class, third class?
That will be dependent on the law school's internal arrangement. How you transition from LLB to professional is based on the law faculties.
You don't care about that, because the issue is that they talk about standards.
Focus,
they say standards will fall.
Yes,
quality would.
In the same way, to transition from LLB level 100 to level 200, it's not automatic.
Mm-hmm. You write promotional exams.
You write promotional exams. To transition from level 200 to 300, it's not automatic. You write promotional exams. To transition from maybe level 300 to level 400, final level, is also not automatic. It's based on rigorous internal assessment process. So if the faculty is of the view that even though I have awarded you LLB's second upper or second lower, mm-hmm, or even a third class, but I should still test you before you join the professional level. That's their internal process.
But then that will be entrance exams again.
No, that may not be entrance exam, because it's the same school.
Okay.
You are not entering.
You're continuing.
You are continuing, and they are sieving you.
So you allow them to do this. So you leave them to decide these things.
Yes.
You are going to let them.
Yes.
Okay. What about if I already had an LLB as of last year?
Yeah.
What happens to me this year if I want to go to the Ghana School of Law? I've been doing preparatory classes and all of that. What should I do?
The Ghana School of Law would put out its own arrangements to admit LLB holders for the professional training under this legal regime. But it will be in conformity with the new regime, not in consonance with any other existing arrangement.
If I have an LLB from Central University now, can I decide to go back to Central University and go and do, now that there's a professional course?
Yes, if they are accredited.
Or people like me would only be allowed.
If they are accredited, they must be accredited.
Okay.
By the regulator to run the professional program, the law practice program.
So the backlog of LLB holders is not exclusive only to Ghana School of Law. Ghana School of Law can absorb as much as it can, while others would also continue to do so.
In fact, if UDS today gets accredited, the Faculty of Law UDS gets accredited, Any group of people with LLB that are found within Tamale and its environment, they need not to travel to Accra.
Okay.
They will just get trained through the professional.
You agree that the law is practice-based?
Yes.
Now, if you have so Justice Sewa, if you ask Butchie teaches me criminal procedure.
She was here. She was part of the team.
She was part of the team. So if she taught me criminal procedure, and I am in a university in Sunyani, where I do not have access to the judges at the High Court or the Supreme Court to teach me, like Justice Akabuaf will teach me advocacy and all of those things. What happens?
There are 2 or 3 high courts in Sunyani. High Court 1, Court 2, Court 3. So basically, we have 3 High Court judges sitting in Sunyani, and we have a supervising High Court judge.
So if
we have a High Court in Wenchi.
So you're saying that there will be enough judges all around to teach?
There will be enough judges, but who says that senior lawyers can teach the course?
Okay. Exit interview.
Yes.
You have decided, based on what I have seen, to remove entrance exams and bring exit interview. It's the same problem that you have sent for.
Exit interview for who?
I'm talking about a bar exam. That's an exit interview, is it not?
No, it's not an exit. It's an exam.
Yeah, but that's an exit.
It's a professional.
If you don't pass it, you are not called to the bar.
Yes, it's not an interview.
I mean the exam, sorry.
It's an exam.
Yes, I'm saying that exit exam, you have used it to replace the entrance exams.
No.
How?
But there has always been an exit exam.
No, it's just normal, regular end-of-year exams.
That's your mistake. Because the exams that we write are professional too. That's when you pass, entitles you or put you in a privileged position to become, let me say privileged because your call to the bar is also not automatic. It's also subject to other conditions.
So that's the bar exams?
That's the national bar exams.
So which is what you are now formalizing and national. So it's not going to be done just by Makola?
No. So it's not,
but
it will not be done by Makola
but you will have a lot of people failing, and then the backlog thing you complain about will still be there.
Hold on. When you fail the bar exams, why? People fail the bar exams all the time. People fail all the time.
They write it in February.
Yes, they write it all the time. That's why we have mini calls. Sometimes it's also not because they feel the person must have traveled, gotten scholarship to go and pursue something quickly and return. So we want to, this idea of mini call, that too, one of the people leading the advocacy that it should be, we should get rid of it. So we have two sessions for the national bar exams. In January, I'm proposing January and July. So you prepare, when you are done with your LLB and you go through your professional training program with your law school and you graduate, they will graduate you, they must graduate you. When they graduate you, you are not a lawyer, you must now go and sit for the national bar exams. So in January, you prepare, you sit. If you don't pass, that's the end.
Independently of you?
Independently of any of the schools.
Okay.
Including the Ghana School of Law.
And who is to conduct that one?
That's the National Bar Council.
So there will be no General Legal Council?
No.
I'll ask you a question about that. This is face-to-face. When we come back, General Legal Council is going, Ghana Bar Association is going. That appears to be the claim against Rockson. I'll ask him that when we come back. Please stay. This face-to-face. This face-to-face on ChannelOne television. The General Legal Council regulates legal education in Ghana now.
Yeah.
You are removing it from the new law.
Yes.
It will be replaced by the Legal Commission.
Yes.
So it will play the same role GLC is playing?
Yes.
Why are you
not the same role, but much bigger role.
Why are you scrapping GLC?
We are not scrapping, it's part of the reforms.
Because GLC comes with IEC.
Yes, it's part of the reforms.
All is going?
All is going.
Who conduct the exams? Because IEC currently conducts exams for GLC. GLC regulates the schools, the National Bar the lawyers Council, and all of that.
The National Bar Council exams body will conduct the exams.
Who regulate lawyers?
Who regulate lawyers?
GLC does that, right?
Yes.
The ethic committee.
Yes.
What happens with that one?
No, the disciplinary
committee, yes. What happens with that one? They will sit again at Makola on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
There will be issues, disciplinary issues to be tackled, but it will no longer be the General Legal Council.
Who deal with it?
It's the body, the regulator.
So the regulator becomes in the commission?
Yeah, they will have a subcommittee that will deal with matters relating to professional misconduct and all that.
Why don't you want the current system to exist where we have
because
judges?
The current system hasn't is been deficient. It's been deficient. So there's a need for a reform. Law is a tool for social engineering. So where existing legal frameworks are not solving emerging problems, you reform. You introduce new ideas. That's what we are doing.
You have been talking about a rival bar association for years.
Yes.
It appears you are winning now, and out of jealousy, quote and unquote, for the GBA, you have created a new society which is to rival GBA, and you are crippling GBA. These are claims made against you. How do you respond to them?
It's GBA that has crippled itself. I haven't. Let me tell you, GBA for some time had converted itself into a supporter of an MPP agenda, policy, and all. And I'll explain. In the 90s, all the things that the GBA did against Jerry Rawlings and his government, it was to advance the cause of the MPP as a political party,
or to build our law and democracy.
You know,
GBA versus Attorney General.
Those were not the essentials. Eventually, some of those activities led to the MPP winning the 2000 elections. Now, you have to study the conduct of the GBA between 2001 and 2008 to drive home the point I'm making. Now, sometime in 2008, one of our dear seniors, Senior Neo Samuels, emerged as GBA president. I hope I'm getting the date right.
He was appointed by Mills as Minister for Lands.
No. So he became GBA president around 2007, 2008. 2007. Then he decided, those were the days, the Chachu's trial and all those matters. Eventually, he was jailed, unfortunately, under strange circumstances. So, as a member of the GBA, and as the president of the GBA, Neo Samuels and a few saw it, Poku, and those senior lawyers decided that they must go and visit a colleague lawyer who had been incarcerated. And not just a colleague lawyer, but such a formidable legal mind at the bar. So they went to visit Chachu in Sawam. Look, some members of the GBA raised issues why he, as the national president, decided to go visit a member who had been incarcerated in Sawam, and that he was doing politics. Listen, and that he was doing politics. Mm-hmm. And so, because he did that without the consent of the National Council of the Bar, they asked for his removal.
Yes, I remember those stories.
Yes.
So your point.
So let me finish. Mm-hmm. They asked for his removal. Eventually, they got rid of Neo Samuels and waged war. Now, the same GBA will issue statements anytime the NDC as a government. And look, I have itemized these matters. Anytime NDC was in government, the GBA will be very vociferous, will be in an anti-government way. To the extent that another GBA president actually went to the Supreme Court to challenge the power of the president to nominate persons to serve on the Supreme Court bench. So Nene Amegacha did it. Yeah. Eventually, as karma will have it, Nene himself got appointed by the president. Imagine he had gone to court to challenge the appointment of Nene. Would he have sat at the Supreme Court bench?
So
I said that the GBA had lost its glory and luster.
Is GBA a creation of the Constitution, or is
GBA?
Is it a creation of law?
Well, GBA is a professional. It's a professional association of lawyers.
But is it mentioned in the Constitution?
It's mentioned in the Constitution.
So do you have
in terms of institutional representation? It's not a creature of the Constitution.
So it means that allows for rival associations. That's why
what
you have.
Mean rival? I'm not
using rival. I'm not using rival in an unhealthy manner.
In any case, I'm still a member of the GBA.
And a member of Law Society?
Yes, and founded Law Society of Ghana.
2 wives. You are serving
Sorry?
2 masters. You are serving 2 masters.
No, I formed Ghana Law Society. So I'm not serving 2 masters. It's a professional body that I want to belong to.
So the licensing of lawyers,
Yes.
the one you have currently, is
Yes.
given to you by the GBA.
Yeah, we are accredited. It's an accreditation. The GBAs have got accredited by the General Legal Council.
So does the law society then start giving licenses?
Ghana Law Society, we are issuing licenses.
You start issuing, and it will be
To
as valid as the one for the
valid.
GBA.
Nobody can challenge that.
So you have members joining?
We have in excess of 2,000 members.
I see.
Yes, you have to go to our website. and
When
see.
is this new law going to pass so that because there are a lot of students who are not sure what exactly they're supposed to, whether they should prepare for entrance exams in September or not. Should
I
they?
want to assure them that this law, I'm sure by the end of this month, will be passed.
So there'll be no need to prepare for entrance exams?
No. To any law faculty?
No,
any professional?
Yes, to
No,
Makola.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
It's gone?
It's gone. It's a hurdle that we have completely eradicated. It's gone.
So if you are already an LLB holder, start looking for one of the universities to apply to.
To apply to when they are accredited.
If you're currently in level 400 doing your LLB, prepare to continue in your school or go to another school.
Exactly so. And urge your school to put their house in order and get accredited.
If you want to go to Ghana School of Law, you can still apply. It will be one of many.
You better go and visit Professor Raymond Atuguba and have discussions.
And look for admissions.
Look for admissions.
Very well.
Yes.
I think that would be it on the legal matters. Unfortunately, time is up. We have to go. But when are you laying the anti-LGBTQ?
It's a private members bill. It's been Speaker. It goes through certain process, including clearance, because
I think Speaker has cleared it.
Yes, in pursuance of Section 100 of the PFM Act, you need to do value for money and all that, and
it's been cleared.
And it's been
so
done.
When should we see it?
No, it's been referred to the committee.
Okay, so the committee will bring it back.
Will consider it and bring a report. And you remember how long the original took?
Yeah.
That committee report, it took us like nearly 2 years to
Does it mean this one will take 2 years?
Because we had about 200 memoranda to consider. So if you recall, we were even holding live sessions, public hearings. So, but I don't think this one, because it's a regurgitation of the original, essentially. So we didn't have to go through.
Honorable Whip, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Pleasure.
That's Honorable Nelson Dafeamekpor plus Kwame, Member of Parliament for South Dai and Majority Chief Whip, NDC Member of Parliament. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. This has been Face to Face on Channel One TV. We'll be back next week. Please stay with us.